A great weekend for college basketball in the city of Providence, Rhode Island starts tonight on the east side. The Brown Bears hosting their interstate rivals, the Bryant Bulldogs, here at the Pits. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our broadcast. You see some great guards on display tonight. Keno Lilly Jr. for the Brown Bears, and for the Bryant Bulldogs, Earl Timberlake and Sharik Gross-Bullock. Scott Cardisci, Russ Tyler with you. We are happy to have you with us for tonight's matchup between the Bears and the Bulldogs. Russ, this should be a good one tonight.
Absolutely, Scott. I mean, Bryant comes in, they want to climb over 500. They're 4-4, and the Bears want to win at home, no question.
All right, let's take a look at some of the key players to watch in this one, and we'll start with the visitors from Smithfield, Rhode Island, the Bryant Bulldogs, and Sharik Gross-Bullock off to a terrific start this season for the Bulldogs.
He's a 6'5", fifth-year player from Washington, D.C. He was first-team All-Conference last year, picked on the preseason All-Conference team this year. He's averaging 18.9 a game, shooting at over 42% from the floor and over 40% from three. He can fill it up.
And for the Brown Bears, Keno Lilly Jr., you know, after being held scoreless for the first time in his Brown career at the University of New Hampshire, the junior guard has really responded.
Yeah, he's busted out, Scott. He's a 6-foot junior from Glendale, Maryland, averaging 20.3 points per game, 41.6% from the floor, and averaging 3.3 assists as well per game. He was a first-team All-Ivy performer last year. He was Ivy Rookie of the Year as a freshman, second in the Ivies in points per game this year, and first in threes made at 3.4 per game.
And as they introduce the starting lineups for both teams, let's take a look at a graphic, kind of a little stat comparison between these two programs, Brown and Bryant, who are squaring off here tonight. Take a look at the numbers. Brown averaging 75 points per game. Bryant almost 81 per contest. You see the difference in the scoring margin. Bears have been a little bit better on the backboards. That's something Phil Martelli Jr. is concerned about, Brown's ability to crash the boards. And you see that turnover number. That's something Mike Martin talked about earlier this week, Russ. He'd like to cut that number down. He feels like Brown turnovers have led to easy buckets on the other end for their opponents, which is in part why they're off to a 2-6 start.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it as well, Scott. The Bears also need to finish at the rim. They've had trouble finishing inside.
Take a look at the Bryant starting lineup. You see Brailsford, Gross-Bullock, Timberlake, Rivera, and Withers, the starting five for the visitors from Smithfield, Rhode Island. And for the Brown Bears, we'll take a look at their starting lineup right here. They will go with the lineup they've used for most of the season through the first 8 games. Coleman, Lilly, Anya, Cooley, and Owusu Anane. And we are just about set to get things underway. Our officials tonight are Tommy Tanin, Ryan Corbett, and Vasily Malios. As we get set to tip it off here at the Pits, you see Bears head coach Mike Martin in his 12th year, 11th season as head coach at his alma mater, Brown University class of 2004. Assisted by T.J. Sorrentine, Tyson Wheeler, and Sam Hirschberger. And there is Phil Martelli Jr. in his first year on the Bryant bench as head coach. He was named head coach back on November the 15th. Of course, with Jared Grasso being suspended, he eventually resigned his post as head coach, and that is when they took the interim tag off of Phil Martelli Jr., naming him the permanent head coach of the Bulldogs. He's assisted by Chris Cole, Brett Poots, and Brendan Phelps. And we are set to get underway. Bears in the home white uniforms, brown numerals, red trim, and the visiting Bulldogs in the road black uniforms with the white numerals and the gold trim.
It's got Phil Martelli Jr. He celebrated 3 days. 3 days earlier, he'd been named the head coach, but he celebrated by beating FAU, then ranked number 10 in the country, 61-57. A tremendous win for the Bryant Bulldogs.
Yeah, down in Boca Raton, they did a great job defensively.
I'll say.
Against the Owls. Lilly with the basketball. The Bears control the opening tap, and here we go. Lilly gets it right side to Coleman. They're looking down low to Anya on the baseline. Kalu left-hand dribble in the paint. Now gets it out to Coleman. Back to Anya on the right wing. 10 on the shot clock. Kalu going to fire the three. It comes up short. Cooley tries to tip the offensive rebound, but into the hands of Earl Timberlake. Now the Bulldogs with their first offensive possession of the evening. I mentioned this is a big weekend of college basketball here in the city of Providence tonight. You've got Brown hosting Bryant. Tomorrow night, the Providence Friars will host the Rhody Rams at the Amp at 7:30. As the bucket there for Daniel Rivera gets the Bulldogs on the board first. There's Aaron Cooley with the basketball. Up top to Coleman it goes. And now to Lilly on the right wing. Mentioned Lilly being held scoreless by the University of New Hampshire as Cooley puts it out the window for 2. Since that game up in Durham, Keno Lilly is at 15 threes in his last 4 outings.
Scored 20 points in each of them.
Rivera takes it in, dishes to Timberlake, who loses it out of bounds. It'll be Brown basketball thanks to the Bryant turnover. And you take a look at the crowd. Mike McCarthy, Bears offensive line coach, in attendance with some of his guys. The Brown football team just finished up a 5-5 campaign, and a terrific step forward for James Perry and that program.
And this place is starting to fill up, Scott. Pretty good crowd. Student section filling up to our left.
It is a great local rivalry, and
it is.
Mike Martin talked about that. Nana's going to get called for the charge. First foul on him, first on either team. But Mike Martin talked about how sports, it's great to have rivalries,
yes.
right? And this is a rivalry. Brown and Bryant just has PCURI tomorrow, and Brown's lucky. They're the one Division I team in the state that gets to play all the other 3.
And these young men, the student athletes, play against each other all summer. They compete, but generally over at Bryant, the Brown and Bryant players, so they know each other very, very well.
Bullock step back long 3 is off the mark, but the rebound pulled down by Withers. Did he foul to get it? Yes, he did. Connor Withers picks up his first personal. First on Bryant.
Withers, a transfer from UMass Lowell. And Bryant has a lot of transfers on their team, not unlike most of Division I, Scott, and we see it everywhere, so they're just doing what they need to do.
Yeah, we really do, and it started with Jared Grasso and now with Phil Martelli, but you look, they've got transfers from Memphis, George Washington, LaSalle, St. Louis, UMass Lowell, Bucknell, St. John, St. Peter's, and Hofstra.
Yeah, all of that.
Here's Coleman to Cooley on the right. In the corner to Lilly. Lilly being checked by Gross. Bullock picks up his dribble, gets it to Cooley. 7 on the shot clock. Now Anya has it. Anya dribbles down the left side of the lane, goes up off the window, no good, and the rebound comes down to Earl Timberlake. Back the other way, Rivera has his pass batted out of bounds. It'll be Bryant ball underneath. There you see Anya, the sophomore from Worcester, Massachusetts, suffered an injury down at Yale in one of his first Ivy games, and that sidelined him for the remainder of the season. But Russ, he was on pace, honestly, to probably be the rookie of the year in the Ivy League. And we get a timeout called here by Bryant. We're going to keep it right here with the game 2-2 and 17:21 to go here in the first.
And Scott, talking about Anya, he had almost like a breakout game in the Brown win over Bryant last year. He played very, very well in that one. The Bears won 72-60. They got a big early in that game.
Yeah, they jumped on him, I think, 20-5 right out of the gates. Yeah. And the Bears played that game up in Smithfield without Dan Friday and Nana Owusu.
Both were out. Yeah.
And they came out strong and finished the Bulldogs off up in Smithfield. Of course, 2 years ago here, Bryant defeated the Bears in Providence.
And previous to that, back in, I think, 2012, 2013, Bryant had a couple in a row where they beat Brown. And that's when the Bryant Bulldogs were coached by Tim O'Shea at that time, who helped them transition from Division
II to Division I.
Division I, yeah.
All-time series in favor of Brown, 18 wins to 3 for the Bulldogs. Gross Bullock takes it in, has a shot blocked by Coleman, picked up by the Bears. Lilly dribbles up the right side, pulls up for 3. No good off the back of the rim, and the rebound comes down to Connor Withers.
And Bryant wants to run at all times.
Brailsford's going to try a 3, gets fouled, and the act by Lilly. He'll go to the line and shoot 3 free throws.
82% for Tyler Brailsford.
Take another look at that foul on Keno Lilly Jr., his first of the game, second on the Bears, and
he got his hands.
Yep. Speaking of Keno Lilly, he comes into tonight's game just 16 points shy of 1,000 for his career. So if he hits his average tonight, which is 20.3 per game, he would eclipse the 1,000-point plateau this evening. First free throw for Tyler Brailsford is good. Brailsford shoots it at 82% on the season. He is a career 80% free throw shooter, so this man knows how to get it done at the stripe.
And Scott, occasionally, if I do have trouble pronouncing some names, I will not have trouble pronouncing his first name.
Tyler.
There you go.
Very good. If you mispronounce that, you're in a lot of trouble.
Oh my God,
Russ Tyler.
Got a nice stroke at the line, didn't he?
Yes, he does. the senior out of Ellicott City, Maryland. In his third year at Bryant, transferred to the Bulldogs from George Washington. And the third free throw on the way is good. 3 for 3 from the stripe for Brailsford. And Bryant leads at 5-2 over Brown. Full court pressure being applied, soft pressure. Owusu-Anani takes it to the left elbow, kicks it right side to Cooley. Cooley takes it baseline. Nice bounce to Nana, who had it blocked on the way up by Timberlake. He was going up for the jam. Now here's Gross Bullock. Loses the basketball after bumping into Anya. Cooley picks it up, takes it length of the court, and lays it up with a finger roll. No good. Anya with the rebound. Saves it into Lily. Open 3 for Keno from the left is good.
Give Kalu Anya an assist. A hustle play, saving the ball in from out of bounds, and then he found Keno on the left wing wide open.
Lily knows what to do with it. 13 away from 1,000. Anya poked the ball loose, but Timberlake picks it back up. Gets it to Brailsford. Now Rivera takes it in the paint on Owusu-Anani. Muscles his way in, puts up the floater, and gets it to go. Nice move by Daniel Rivera.
Rivera's got numbers.
Cloman bounces it down low to Anya. Finds Cloman cutting to the hoop, scores, and gets fouled on the play. Nice give and go there between Kalu Anya and Felix Cloman. The foul on Sharif Gross Bullock is his first, the second on the Bulldogs. And
nice bounce pass in the lane, and Felix hard cut to the basket, laid it in with the left hand, going to the line.
That man right there will have a chance at a three-point play when we come back. The game tied at 7 here in the early going in Providence.
And obviously, it's a great weekend if you're a local Hoops fan, with all 4 of the Division I men's basketball teams in action. Scott Russ, back to you.
All right, thank you, Nick. Felix Cloman hits the free throw, converts a three-point play. Mike Martin, brilliant idea, and Phil Martelli gave him all the credit for it. Mike said, you know, since PC and Rhodey have agreed to play the first Saturday of December every year for the next 10 years, why not play on the Friday night before that game and get the whole state juiced up about our local Division I teams?
It's a great thought. Mike is really creative, always thinking, and it's perfect. Good, really good crowd.
Gross Bullock has it, top of the key, guarded by Nador. Thought about the 3, now dribbles down the lane and lays it up and in.
No help. Defense by the Bears that time. Somebody's got to get in front of them.
First bucket for the Bulldogs, leading scorer Sharif Gross Bullock tonight.
Bryant in their zone.
They play that 3-2 zone. Here's a long 3 for Keno Lily, and it's good. That one was from downtown Providence.
Yeah, that was deep, right in front of Phil Martelli Jr.
11-9, Lily with 6 for the Bears, who lead it by 2. Zone puts it up and scores with a 15-foot jumper.
Zone from St. John's.
He's given them a nice boost up.
He sure has.
Averaging just under 13 per game. Here's Aaron Cooley for the Bears. Up top to Nana Owusu-Anani. Now they find Lily. You mentioned that 3-2 zone. Here's a 3 by Cloman. It's good. Felix Cloman from the right wing. He's got 6 tonight. That 3-2 zone, I was watching some of their film. When the ball goes into the free throw line, among other places, nice cut to the basket by Timberlake, who gets fouled by Cloman and will go to the free throw line. When the ball goes into the free throw line, they have a tendency to match up from that point on. They go man as soon as the ball hits the free throw line. So I asked Phil Martelli Jr. about that, and he said, you know, we do have different trigger points on the floor, and it also depends upon matchups too, he said, but that is one of the places where sometimes when it goes in, depending upon the team we're playing, we will go from 3-2 zone to matchup, man-to-man.
So his guys better all pay attention, be focused on what's happening out there. And I'm sure they are.
So Timberlake, a 68% free throw shooter, misses his first. That was kind of a, got a little bit of a funky release, a little bit of a hitch. And he's been fantastic for the Bulldogs this year. 12 points, a team leading 9.5 rebounds and 5 assists per game, which also leads the team. 1 of 2 for Timberlake from the stripe.
He was all-conference second team last year, picked all-conference again this year as well, preseason.
There's Malachi Nador up top to Cooley. Now A.J. Lespert in the game gets it on the left wing. Lespert had himself a nice game against Kansas City down in the Bahamas with a career best 20 against the Roos. Nana being held down low from behind. Doug Eddert's going to pick up the foul. That'll be his first. That'll be the third on the Bulldogs.
Entered the transfer from St. Peter's.
Oh, he was on that team that made that great run to the Elite Eight. Remember that?
Yeah. He beat Kentucky.
There's Lespert off the inbound, trying to get it to Lilly, but stolen away by Gross Bullock. And he goes length of the floor and gently lays it in over the front of the rim.
Yeah, St. Peter's beat Kentucky and Purdue. That's part of that run.
That turnover and easy basket is exactly what Mike Martin's looking for his team to avoid. 14-14, all tied up here in the first half. Lespert has it poked out of his hands and taken away by Rivera. Rivera takes it in the paint, kicks it out top. Open three straight away is good for Pinzone, and another turnover leads to three more for the Bulldogs.
Lindell Erold off the bench.
Here's Aaron Cooley with the basketball. Takes it baseline, pumps, goes up, and scores. Tough shot for Aaron Cooley. He's got 4, and the Bears pulled to within 1.
He didn't use the board that time, but the same move as earlier, went baseline and scored.
Pinzone makes his move to the hoop by Lespert off the window with the left hand for 2. And there's Pinzone off the bench. A quick 7 for Phil Martelli Jr. and the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs 7 for 9 from the floor right now.
Cooley
stepped
out as he made his move to the basket. And another Brown turnover. That is their 4th of the half. Bryant's turned it over twice. So Kaluanya checks in for the Bears along with Lindell Erold. Erold, as you mentioned, the junior from nearby Boston, Massachusetts, known for his defense.
But has worked hard on his offense as well, has elevated that part of his game.
Here's Pinzone, jumper from straight away, no good. Tip-in doesn't go for Timberlake, picked up by Pinzone. Keeps it alive for the Bulldogs. Timberlake takes it out of traffic, and now they get it up near midcourt to Rivera.
It was a 50-50 ball. Bryant came up with it.
Rivera spins, gets it to Pinzone. 3 on the shot clock. He's going to take the fadeaway from 16. No good. And another offensive rebound for the Bulldogs, but poked loose into the hands of Keno Lilly Jr.
Erold poked it.
Nador left alone. He'll try the 3 right at the key. In and out. And the rebound comes down to Earl Timberlake of Bryant. Back and forth they go. The Bulldogs with it. And a 3-point lead, and Timberlake gets fouled underneath by Lindell Erold, and that'll bring us to a timeout. First foul on Erold, and that'll be the 4th on the Bears here in the first half. 11:41 to go. First half here at the Pensacola Sports Center. Bryant 19, Brown 16.
Final 4 last year.
That's right.
Great win for the Bryant Bulldogs.
Here's Withers taking it baseline, kicks it out. Pinzone gets it. Top of the key 3. In and out. Rebound Aaron Cooley. Usuanani down low to Anya, who sealed off the defender and laid it in for 2. First bucket of the night for Kaluanya.
And he converted at the rim. That's important for the Bears to be able to do that.
Here's Gross Bullock up top of it again. Anya poked it loose, goes to the
floor,
floor, steals it. Gets it to Lindell Erold. 1 man to beat. It's Pinzone. He goes up, lays it up, no good, and we're going to get a foul on Nana Owusu-Anani.
Let's see it well.
I don't think Mike Martin agrees with that one. That's the 2nd foul on Nana. Maybe we'll take a look at the replay and see if that call was warranted. Here we see.
There's Keno. Maybe got fouled.
Boy, I don't know about that. You get 2 guys going for a loose ball.
I don't even know how much contact there was.
2nd foul on Owusu-Anani. He remains in the game with those 2. Latimer takes it underneath the basket, kicks it in the corner to Pinzone. Pinzone trying to back Erold down. Now gets it out to Withers. Back to Pinzone to the baseline. Good ball movement, gets Bullock. An open look at three. He gives it up for Brelson, who has his shot blocked by Cooley. Takes it in, missed the shot, but the tip in is good for Connor Withers.
Here's a terrific job of defense for until the end of that play.
21-18 Bryant. Anya down low, gets behind his man and gets pushed by Latimer, who picks up the foul, his first, team's fourth. Bears obviously trying to use their size advantage down low by pumping the ball in to the likes of Anya.
Bryant, 1 for their last 7 from the floor, and 1 for 4 from 3 during that time.
Both teams shooting 50%, Russ.
Yeah.
Bryant 8 of 16, the Bears 7 of 14 from the field.
And Brown 3 for 6 from outside. Bryant 4 for 5 from the line. Bears 1 from the line, 1 for 1.
Anya has it taken away, but Rivera fouled to get it, and that is his first and Bryant's fifth. Phil Martelli Jr. kind of smirks. He wasn't crazy about the call. So the Bears will throw it in from the side. Errol will toss it in. He finds Lilly near midcourt. Lilly picks up his dribble and gets it to Anya left of the key. Now Usuanani, he'll take the three. Off the mark to the left, and the rebound to Gross Bullock. Burlsford gets it to Withers, now to Gross Bullock. Sharif takes it into the paint, cross court to Withers, tipped out of bounds by Coleman. It'll be Bryant ball on the side. 9:52 to go here in the opening half. It's been a tight one. Bryant leading by 3. Usuanani will be replaced in the Brown lineup by sophomore Landon Lewis.
But just what you would expect from these two schools, just going after it, playing really hard.
Timberlake will toss it in to Sharif Gross Bullock. Bullock dribbles it on the B logo near midcourt, guarded by Lindell Errol. Now picks it up and passes it left to Withers. 7 on the shot clock for the Bulldogs. Here's Latimer. Hands it off to Timberlake. Up top. 3 at the shot clock buzzer, does not go. And the Bears come up with a rebound. Anya gets it to Coleman. Up top, Lewis. Left side, Errol. He's going to take the 3. It's no good. Offensive rebound, Anya. And Kalu had it taken away. Here's Daniel Rivera. Dribbles in front of the Brown bench. Up top to Timberlake. He gets it right back.